Alright you guys, so first and foremost I'm going to say excuse the noise that you may hear outside. It is my day off, and my day off is a Tuesday usually when I film all these, and my dad does yard work. So yeah. Oh, and my mom's cleaning the bathroom upstairs, so of course all I hear is mom talking to cats and weed whacker out of both ears. So just getting that out of the way for the first, just to start with. So today I'm here with another Throwback Thursday for you guys, and today is using the Kat Von D Ladybird palette. Now this is actually not mine, this is my mother's. You know, given the fact that she has the daughter that she does, she started getting into makeup as well, and she ordered this palette, I want to say about a year ago. I could be wrong on that. But she ordered this, and I had really actually never even played with it. She showed it to me like when she first got it. But since I started doing these Throwback Thursdays, I was like, you know what, that probably wouldn't be the worst idea. So I borrowed it from her for the sake of filming this tutorial, and I really, really like it. So this might be one of those items that I end up stealing if she doesn't use it that often. So I don't know. So basically, I'll go ahead and show you. The look today, it's just a very, very nude colored eye on the lid, and then I've also bumped up the crease in the outer corner with orange and purple. It's a little bit different than what I normally do, but I like it because it's neutral, it's still wearable, but it also has that little pop of color with the orange. I really do like using burnt sienna colors like that. I feel like it just adds a little something. Plus the fact that I have blue eyes, it just makes it insane. My camera is very HD, and I can see even in the viewfinder right now that my eyes look insanely blue. That's not just the camera doing it, I can honestly tell you that. Plus the fact that I have huge lights around me. So yeah, I actually was very, very surprised when I was doing this tutorial. I have a couple Kat Von D duo quads, and I was not impressed like at all when I purchased those. They were chalky, they were, you know, I just wasn't all that impressed. So when I borrowed this palette from my mom, and she goes, well, just so you know, it's all mattes, so you might have to work with it a little bit, because she even knows and I know mattes are very, very difficult to work with. They can get chalky, they can have an issue applying evenly, even if it's a good like high-end kind of brand. Some matte products, like if you've ever messed with Urban Decay, you know that they're mattes, other than like Naked and Buck, don't really apply that evenly. You kind of have to work with it a little bit. But I was actually fairly surprised with this. So I'll go ahead and show you what the palette looks like. It looks like that. So it has really, really good colors. Like I said, that's the orange that I used, and then that's the purple. So I just kind of played with it a little bit, and I really like it. So if you'd like to see how I use this palette, go ahead and keep on watching, and I will put all the information below as to all the products used, and to see if this palette is still available on Sephora.com. Alright, so I already applied Too Faced Shadow Insurance as my main eyeshadow base. Now the colors in this palette are primarily matte, so you don't really need anything shimmery, but because my experience with Kat Von D eyeshadows is that they've been a little chalky, so I chose to use a NYX Jumbo pencil as a second base, just so then that way the color would kind of grab a little bit better and be a little more smooth. So I'm just using NYX Jumbo pencil in Sparkle Nude. And although it has shimmer in it and it's going to be covered up by the shadow, at least in that way it's just another base that it's just nice and smooth. So the first color that I'm going to be using for my lid is this one, and it's called Unrequited. That one right there. So then for my crease color, it's really what's the fun of the entire look. I'm going to be taking this color, which is Cleopatra, and it's just this really, really awesome like burnt sienna orange, and I love it. Now the problem with this, I'm going a little higher than I normally do for my crease just because I want it to be pretty noticeable. But the other thing is that you do have to build this color. I had to build up a lot over here. So I just go in a little bit at a time just because you don't want to create fallout. But you still want to build up that color. So then for my brow bone, I'm going to be taking this one, which is called Vespertine. I'm just kind of putting it right up under there and then kind of going around the edge. Just kind of clean everything up. So then for my outer corner, I used a mixture of 2 pencil brushes to do this. I used this one first just to kind of pack the color on there, and then this one with the color on it to kind of blend it out. So you'll see what I do in a second. But I'm going to be taking a combination of Wolf, and then, I'm sorry, Wolf is this one, Fur Elise is this one. So it's mostly Fur Elise, but for the first couple like dabs, it's going to be the 2 mixed together. So then change up brushes, and then I'm mostly just using Fur Elise with this brush. So then, just because I feel like the purple bled into that unrequited shade, I'm just going to go back with the same brush that I used on my lid and just kind of go over it just a tiny, tiny bit. So then for the under part of my eyes, I'm going to be using Fur Elise and then the Cleopatra shade again. Fur Elise is going to go on the outer, and then Cleopatra is going to go on the inner. And then for my liner, I actually did not want to use black, so I decided I was just going to be using Urban Decay 24/7 Pencil in Whiskey. And then for my waterline, I'm just going to be using Urban Decay 24/7 Pencil in Perversion as always. And then for my mascara, I'm just going to be using Maybelline the Falsies Volume Express Mascara. I already curled my lashes earlier today when I did a tutorial earlier, so just a quick coat helps. And my mother talking to the cats again. Alright, so that's it for the eyes. Keep watching if you'd like to see what I do with the rest of my face. So for my blush, I don't really want a whole lot of color just because the eyes already have that bright orange and whatnot, so you don't really need to overwhelm your face with too much color. But I'm just going to be using one of the Tarte Amazonian Clay blushes, and this is an exposed. Get it open. And then for my lips, same deal. I'm going to keep it simple, so I'm just going to be using the Urban Decay Naked Gloss, and this is in the color Naked. Yep, so there you guys have it. That was my Throwback Thursday using the Kat Von D Ladybird palette. I'm not quite sure if this is available anymore, honestly. I might have to check into that. But if it is, I will go ahead and link below to it on Sephora.com. Most likely is where you'd be able to buy it. Yeah, overall, I can honestly say that I've had a better experience using this palette than I have using Kat Von D shadows in the past. So I would definitely check out some of her products. Like I said, I'm not entirely sure what type of products she currently has in her line at Sephora, but I will link below to Sephora.com so you guys can check it out for yourselves. Comment, subscribe, any kind of products I will list used below, and I will talk to you guys next video. Bye.